Bonds valued at 866.7 billion naira issued by the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria will mature 11 days from today. Now, it's widely expected that the Central Bank of Nigeria may sterilize the bonds in line with its restrictive monetary policy. Well, joining me now in the studio for a review of the fixed income and foreign exchange markets today is Oluwagbemileke Sule, a fixed income trader at Mansard Investments. Thank you so much, Leke. It's a pleasure to have you.
Right.
Well, let's talk about this flood of liquidity that's about to hit the market, close to 1 trillion AMCON bonds, and there's a lot of talk about the CBN being compelled to sterilize its funds. Is that the most likely scenario at this point?
Yes, it's pretty likely. I think AMCON already has it under control. AMCON has already called banks. They will likely be sterilizing up to 70% of it. Banks are expected to elect between having about 60% or 70% in treasury bills and the balance in cash. We expect that most banks will elect for more cash.
Okay.
But let's even say worst case, most banks actually get less cash, which is 30%. That's about 250 to 55 billion. That's still quite a lot. We expect the banks to still take it out via OMO bills, and they'll be issuing, they'll be selling to them between 60 and 1 year treasury bills at between 10 and 10.5%. That's not attractive at all. So on the cash side, yes, AMCON has it under control, but we're still going to be seeing myriads of OMO maturities.
Options.
Yes.
Oh, okay, if the CBN is going to mop up about 70% of that, is that going to be, let's say, 11, it's already, time for the bond to mature, and then is it going to be like at once, or are we going to have like a series of every week, OMO auctions to mop up the liquidity?
It's at once. So you have your maturing bonds, so you just having it replaced with treasury bills, and you get in your cash immediately. But as regards the OMO, CBN is likely to sell OMO immediately on the maturity date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last week we saw a combination of factors impacting on market activity. We had a DMO bond auction, we had a September inflation rate, we had OMO auctions. The market was largely bearish last week, and it appears that that may be continuing this week. Let's just talk about overall market performance today. What was demand like? Yeah,
market was quite dull today. Coming from the bearish sentiment we saw last week, after the knee-jerk reaction, the correction, we had to look at our cards again and, play accordingly. Mainly activity was around the long end, the 2034s and 2030s. They both compressed by about 5 to 10 basis points. We don't really see the bearish activity continuing significantly because oil price has actually started ticking up. Although there's this division around market analysts. Some think the oil glut we actually saw is too much too soon.
But they don't think it's something that will continue.
Some think we don't really have
to the medium term.
Some think we don't really have that much of a glut yet, because even
as a supply glut.
Yes, okay. Supply glut, because mainly what that starts from is you have lower demand expectations due to mild winter. You also have higher production increase from the US. And again, most OPEC countries actually need to balance their budget at around $85 per barrel. So we don't really see oil price dipping significantly. And even when oil price goes down too fast, then you start getting worried about disinflation concerns. So we don't really think oil price will pose a major threat right now, because we are likely to see a reversal. Though oil price will remain below $90 per barrel to $100 per barrel. Yeah. Okay,
but there has been talk, and especially last week, there was talk at the market that the CBN could be making moves to ensure that foreign portfolio inflows, there isn't a reversal. And I remember the 164-day paper that was sold last week for 11%, and I mean, we're told that, rates on these yields could go higher just to attract foreign investors. Is that something that could happen?
Yes, although, OMO treasury bills are not meant for foreign investors. OMO treasury bills are mainly for liquidity management purposes. But at the primary market last week, primary market the other week, treasury bill primary market, we actually saw the 1 year closing as high as 10.7%. We expect, there's going to be a treasury bill auction again very soon. We expect that to play out as well. We expect real yields to really go up, because CBN really needs to increase its OMO treasury bill rates so as to attract dealers to actually buy. As we're going through the months, we'll be seeing more OMO maturities. CBN will have to pay higher to really mop up these funds. The 255 billion, about 255 billion that's going to come in via AMCON, because we expect about banks to take about 70% of it in treasury bills. We expect CBN to pay a lot more in mopping up these funds. Another route CBN could take is to increase CRR on private sector funds. To
perhaps we could see that at the next
next MPC meeting.
Interesting. Well, let's quickly talk about the naira. The naira has we've seen some weakening also, though you did say it will strengthen a bit today, but still at 165.
Yes, well, mainly I think we actually saw a little bit of NMPC sales, just a very, very little amount today. That really helped the market, but CBN didn't intervene, and CBN has been seen to be unwilling to intervene lately, and that's been, you know, market participants are actually seeing that. Is it that CBN really wants to practically
wait for the market to balance the
exactly,
to find
and
its
that
level
might actually happen, because as we're seeing a reversal in oil prices, so that could actually happen gradually. It could actually happen gradually. We're seeing global stock markets recovering. We're actually seeing demands like in the fixed income market. PFAs are really coming hot, so it could actually tick up a little bit. As regards oil price, we don't really see it going above $90 per barrel or close to $100 per barrel.
But basically the uncertainties remain.
Yes,
okay, thank you, Leke, for talking to us. It's been a pleasure. Yeah. That was Oluwagbemi Leke Sule, a trading and portfolio manager at Mansard Investments.